Guys, my name is Shannon Ishii, and I'm an HR Management graduate student at Tarleton State University. The article that I chose where the writer reflected a positive bias toward unions was called College Football Players Want to Join Union by Chris Isidore. In this video, I will explain why I chose the article and how it relates to the bias toward unions. I'll also give a couple of summary points that I gathered from the article, and then I will conclude by discussing what I thought was most interesting about the article. To begin, I first chose the article because the title ultimately sparked my interest, as I had never considered collegiate athletes needing to form a union. After all, they are typically paying tuition in order to be there, unless, of course, they received a scholarship, but even then, they could still opt out of committing to the team and go to school somewhere else. Then, after reading the article, I was able to determine an extreme one-sided bias toward the union and a union-supportive tone from the writer, which happened to be perfect for this assignment. While the writer did not directly address or discuss their beliefs, opinions, or support for the union, he only wrote information that supported the formation of the union and why it would be beneficial. Now I'll give you guys more of an insight and a short summary about the article. The article was based on the desire for the football players of Northwestern University to join a union in order to establish somewhat of a representation and for their voices to be heard. They claim that while the players help produce a large sum of money and profit for the universities and coaching staff, they are given nothing in return and are typically unable to provide for themselves or afford expenses of being a student at university. The article discussed multiple reasons for the players' inability to provide for themselves, a few of these being injuries, balancing academics, and the lack of say that they have on their actions. The writer of this article also gave statistical data and information that further supported their argument by illustrating the amount of revenues, profits, and expenses that the players produce and spend. Overall, the United Steelworkers Union helped support the petition that was signed by a majority of the players and was sent to the National Labor Relations Board for review. The article, however, did not discuss the result of this petition. Next, what I found to be the most interesting part about this article was the fact that the author did not discuss the opposing side's argument or opinions. Therefore, a reader that has no background knowledge on the subject is more likely to sway their opinion toward the only argument that was discussed, which was in full support of the union side. I also found it interesting that the writer wrote the article as if the players experience extreme hardship, even though the players sign up for and are well aware of everything that they have to experience and juggle by being a collegiate athlete. Further, if the players did not think that they could handle being an athlete while succeeding in classes and paying for living expenses, they probably should not have agreed to be a collegiate athlete. And that's just what they signed up for, to complete the necessary duties that come with being a collegiate athlete. To conclude, this article was extremely interesting as I had never thought of collegiate athletes wanting to join a union. However, while the article was intriguing and gave great insight into the argument, the information that was given was one-sided and was positively biased toward the union.